So you think you found the right one. Well, let's look at some major signs that he might not be Mr. Right after all. Pull up a chair and let's talk about it. First off, I want to tell you just a little bit about my dating history. Y'all know that I was married, or most of y'all know that I was married twice. The first one cheated. The second one was, like the relationship from the dune. And then I met another guy after that. I haven't talked about him a lot, but he was perfect. He was a cowboy. He was gorgeous. He was manly man. He was just perfect, guys, and he treated me like a queen. I mean, he got off from work one day. We lived about an hour and 20 to 30 minutes away from each other, and I was sick, home at sick. My car was broke down. He got off work. When he got off work that afternoon, he went by, got an alternator for my car, came and fixed it, and spent time with me before he went back home. I mean, he was just wonderful. He'd already asked Sonny for permission to marry me. He was just wonderful. I loved him. I loved him. And he was great until he wasn't. I mean, he used to call every day at 7 o'clock. If he wasn't there, we didn't have a date, he called at 7 o'clock. Then it got to where it would be 7:30, 8 o'clock. Then there were a few times he missed calling altogether. And when we were together, it just didn't feel the same. It just didn't feel the same. So, I mean, did the hard thing. I'm doing what I'm fixing to talk to you about. I broke up with him. I loved him. We'd talked about getting married. We'd made all kind of plans. And I just told him that I had promised myself after that second divorce, after, God finally made me realize I was of value and I was worth something. And I just told him, I said, look, I promised myself I wouldn't stay in a relationship where I didn't feel like me and Sonny were the most important thing there was in his life other than God, which he wasn't a believer. He wasn't not a believer. He just didn't go to church, didn't do the whole thing. But anyhow, let's talk about it. If you are in a relationship, you're dating, and you feel like you're unseen, like it really doesn't matter what you want to do, you're just along for the ride. Or if you feel like he doesn't hear you, like when you say things. And guys, sometimes we do that to ourselves. When we're asked, where would you like to go eat? Oh, it doesn't matter, wherever you take me. Guys, when he asks that, it's because he cares and he wants to know. So say, oh, the steakhouse or Joey's hamburger shop, or, wherever it may be. Don't belittle yourself and make yourself unseen by saying, oh, just wherever you want to take me. Be a part of the relationship. Sometimes we do it to ourselves. We make ourselves unseen because we make ourselves not matter because we say, oh, wherever you want. Oh, I'm up for whatever you want to do. You don't have to always take control. That's not a good picture, but you also don't want to make yourself easily overlooked. Or sometimes are y'all in a crowd, you go on a crowd date, or you go into a party, or you're wherever, and you almost feel like you're alone. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Like, you're on a date, but you might as well be there by yourself. Guys, there's so many signs that we just overlook because we think that we're with Mr. Right, or we're just so tickled that this good-looking guy's wanting to go out with me, or we just, those things. But those are all signs, guys. Those are all things that we need to pay attention to. And I know some people say, well, I don't want to wind up with you alone. Like you, and I am alone, guys, but I'm not alone. God is with me, and he has taught me and brought me so far, and I I pretty much like my life. I enjoy it. I have a good time. Being alone is not the worst thing in the world, but I can tell you, being with somebody that you're not meant to be with could be just about the worst thing in the world. If you're not made to feel important, if you're not made to feel seen, if you're not made to feel heard, if you're not made to feel special, if you're not made to feel cared for, and if the relationship has gone far enough, if you're not made to feel loved, guys, that's a sign. Those are signs. You don't settle for that. There's so much more to life out there than that. He could be the thing, man, y'all, those that know me from the Facebook side of things, y'all know I love cowboys. I love cowboys. I used to pray God would bring me a cowboy, but I gave up praying for that. I promised the Lord I wouldn't pray anymore. That if he sent me somebody, that'd be great. If he didn't, I wouldn't ask for it anymore. And I don't ask for it anymore. But I'm happy and content right where God has me. And you can be too, guys. You don't have to have a man. You don't have, and when I say guys, let me go ahead right now and say, look, they get on to me sometime on Facebook for saying that. That is just a form of speech for me. I'm not referring to you ladies or any ladies or whatever as guys. That's just my way of talking, okay? So it's an endearment. Use it that way, okay? But I just want today to get across to you, don't stay where you don't feel seen, heard, that you matter, that you're cared for, that you're important, that you're loved. Don't stay and belittle yourself. That leads to you not having any self-value, not caring anything for yourself, not even really loving yourself. And that also leads to another point, guys. Until we're to that place where we can look in that mirror and we love who we see looking back, we value who we see looking back, we think she's enough, you can't find that in somebody else. They're not going to be the answer to that. The answer lies within yourself and in God, period. Rubber meets the road. That's just all there is. We have to love ourselves and care for ourselves and value us before anybody else will. We give off vibes that make them sometimes treat us the way they do. But I just want today for you to see, I want our takeaway from this little talk is that we are enough. We are important. We're made to be cared for. We're made to be loved. But we have to do that first in order for somebody else to. But I also want you to see, if you're in one of those relationships where you are in a crowd and you feel alone, or where you feel unseen, unloved, uncared for, that you don't matter, those are all major signs, okay? Love you guys. Y'all have a good day, okay?